Is affection built on nature or nurture? Hey there, I'm Sharon Pope. I help women who are struggling in lonely and disconnected marriages get the confidence and clarity they need to either fix the struggles inside their marriage or move forward without regret. If you like what you hear, I hope you'll subscribe. Is affection nature or nurture? That's really the question that I want to explore with you today. Now, first I want to share with you my experience. So I didn't grow up in an affectionate household. There weren't a lot of hugs and kisses and I love yous. So for a good portion of my adult life, affection felt very foreign to me, and it made me kind of uncomfortable. Now, that's not the woman that I am today. Today, I will hug on you. Like, I'm a hugger, I'm a lover. I probably tell my husband multiple times a day how much I love him. So I use all of that. And you might be wondering, how did you go from not growing up with that and feeling very uncomfortable with it to the person that you are today? So here's what I will tell you. When I was in my first marriage, it worked out quite nicely because my husband was not an affectionate person either. But along the way, my heart started longing for that affection, and I started to notice it in other couples. I noticed how there was a certain sense of ease in the way that they would be affectionate with one another. And it might just be something as simple as a hand on a leg as they're sitting next to one another, or as they're moving through a crowd, a man putting his hand on his wife's back or something like that. And that shouldn't be that big of a deal. But I remember looking at those things and thinking, how do you do that? How does a couple do that? Like, it was so foreign to me, but it really started a real longing inside of me. Now, if I could have gotten rid of that longing, believe me, I would have, because it's one of the things that really ended my marriage, which was incredibly inconvenient, as you can imagine. So let's talk about, is it nature or is it nurture? So nature tells us that human beings need physical touch, right? There's been a lot of studies done. Some of the most common ones referenced are around where children grow up in orphanages where they were never really held, and the impact that that has on them later in life. So nature tells us we need physical touch as human beings. Nurture tells us to suppress that. You don't need that, or don't make it uncomfortable, or whatever, right? Whatever reason people have for not showing or demonstrating affection towards one another. That's the nurture part. That's the learning part, right? So the answer to this question is it's both. It's both nature and nurture. Nature says we need physical touch. Nurture says suppress that. Pretend like you don't need it, because then you won't have that heart's longing for it. Now, you might be saying, okay, Sharon, I hear what you're saying, but what if you don't have that longing? Like, you just don't want affection the way that you do. I would argue that either you've gotten really good at suppressing that desire, or you're getting that need met through another means. A lot of parents get their physical touch needs met through children, right? Because children haven't learned to suppress that yet. So they're very affectionate. If you let them just give in to nature and don't teach them otherwise, they will be very affectionate. And you might have kids tugging at your legs for years to the point where you're like, I don't want anyone else touching me. So if you are in a marriage where you want more affection, but your spouse doesn't want or know how to give it to you, then maybe we should explore working together in a private coaching capacity. You can find out more about that just by going to clarityformymarriage.com. If you like what you heard, I hope you'll subscribe to the channel. And if you want to be notified every time we post a new video, just click the red icon at the end of this video in the upper left corner. Until next time, take really good care.